so excited. This is Kandi with the 111 Network, and I am here with our client Ken Smith with Cleanengine, and he is an amazing guy. And fun fact, you never know when you're gonna meet your next client, because we actually met on a match date and watched the Super Bowl a while ago and realized, you know what, we're probably not a good match that way, but great friends. And we started to talk about his business and his distinguished military career. And I'm not going to steal the show. I'm going to let him talk about himself and his business. But I was so impressed by who he was as a person. And as you guys know, I've been a business coach for a long time, for 27 years. And 2 years ago, I brought my daughter on as a co-founder, and we decided that we were going to add a digital marketing online wing to our business. And Ken asked me, hey, what do you guys do exactly? And we talked about the fact that we were doing social media and digital marketing, and he thought, you know what, I'm really committed to my business and I'd like to find out more about what you do. But you know what, today is not about me. Today is all about him, and I'm so proud of his entrepreneurial journey. So I'm going to turn the microphone over to Ken Smith. So everybody, here's Ken Smith. So I would like for him to introduce himself to you guys, and we are so proud of him and what he's accomplished. So Ken, the microphone is coming over to you. So who are you? Tell everybody who you are and what you're about.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on the time of day, wherever you are. We are here because I was lucky enough to meet 111 Network and grow my business, which frankly, it's a long story, but I'll make it as short as I can. I was born and raised in Daytona Beach to World War II parents.
Yes.
My dad spent 4 years in Europe, and after the war moved down to Florida in 1947 and bought a house, which we still have in the family, and I was born 7 years later. So growing up near the beach, and the racetrack was formed in Daytona.
And you have your Daytona International Speedway hat on. Got to make sure they can hear you, so you got to speak up.
Always been around racing. Always been around racing. So I went to Auburn, and my younger brother, 2 years younger, followed me there. And I ended up with this beautiful car that I've had since I was 19.
I know. Is this car cool, you guys? I mean, it's not every day that you can be in front of a cool car filming. So excited.
Maybe I'll give you a tour of that later. But it's had a little bit of work done on it, but it's the same original blue factory color. But I did want to say the only thing different are the wheels, as you can tell. The only thing different. But we ended up, my brother and I, rooming together at Auburn. He ended up a 30-year Navy career, and I ended up over in Saudi Arabia as a civil engineer, putting in a water system in Jeddah. And I did that for 2.5 years around heavy equipment, mostly backhoes and some motor graders and trenchers. And I started to learn the importance of lubricant, because just like that equipment, just like this.
Like this?
Yes.
Amsoil oil.
Yes, and on the back of every bottle we'll list our competitors and how we do in our tests, but we'll get more into that.
There you go.
The important part is that without oil, then the engine's useless. So whether it's this, whether it's heavy equipment, taxi fleet, personal watercraft, jet skis, all these high-performance yachts here, they all require transmission fluid, or at least most of them do. They all require gear lube and, of course, engine oil. So ended up in the federal government and joining the U.S. Navy myself as a reservist in the Civil Engineer Corps. And I just finished 27 years. Not just, I did when I turned 60 a few years ago, and just retired last year from the Department of Homeland Security, where I was working with the Citizenship and Immigration Services and handling administration, security, personnel, computers, what have you. So upon retirement, literally 1 month later, most of the country shut down. But I had been in Vermont for 15 years, and I had a day when I brought this car in to work, and the security guard mentioned to me, what kind of oil do you put in that? I said, I use Mobil One. Mobil One's a good oil. And he goes, well, there's a better oil out on the market. What is it? It's AMSOIL. Where's it made? Superior, Wisconsin. Who owns it? It's privately held. How do I buy it? You buy it through individual dealers and or some retail outlets, as long as they're not more than 12. Commercial companies that have fleets of taxi cabs or heavy construction equipment use them. Obviously, if you want the best possible oils, it turns out AMSOIL is the leading oil on the market. Because of its low volatility, you have less buildup on the engine, you have less scars on the cylinders, and your drain intervals are up to 25,000 miles. So the more I learned about this oil, the more I decided, well, this is what I'm going to go to. And I looked into it, found out where I could buy it from a dealer, and then I started looking at it. Well, why don't I become a dealer? For $50 a year, I can be a dealer and I can get it at wholesale prices. And the key is, of course, finding other dealers to work with you that you can bring along. But I used it in all my equipment in Vermont. I used it from my snowblower to my lawn mower to my outboard motor, 2-stroke engine, and of course the Firebird, and then the trucks. So, and that was everything from gear lube to transmission fluid to engine oil and synthetic brake fluid and the works. So I converted everything to synthetic. It's okay to do that. It's actually better for the engine, obviously, but it's certainly okay even if you've been using conventional motor oil. So I started this joined the AMSOIL network, the company, back in 2005. 2005 through last year, I established a minimum web presence. I hadn't taken full advantage of it, or much of an advantage, other than having the site set up on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and had my own website, cleanengine.net. But now that I'm retired and everything's shut down, I decided I'm going to really focus on this business and turn it in from more of a hobby to something more substantial. And that's one of the advantages of having AMSOIL product that you can sell, is that you can end up with other dealers working with you that you can support, but you have companies that use it for their own equipment, or they sell it in the retail shops or automobile repair companies, what have you. So the business had grown moderately, but now I'm really reaching out to you and others. And one of the ways we did that through Kandi's team is to have a $300 giveaway. And in that particular giveaway, I will provide you whatever you want in the way of $300 worth of AMSOIL products, whether it's the oil, whether it's our filters, our gear lube, transmission fluid, brake fluid, the works for any kind of equipment. We have generators, we have special hydraulic fluid, synthetic, so any lubricant need. And we make probably 90% of the filters for whatever you need it for. If not, we work with man filters to provide you what you need. So how do you sell this? Well, you can sell it through myself, or I can sell it to a shop that wants to sell it, and I get 20%. The dealer would get 20%, whatever the shop buys and sells. Same way with the commercial. The commercial account, like I have a public works up in Vermont, I have a heavy construction equipment company that just come on board that has race car, that sponsors their own car, has their own driver. I'm going to sponsor them this year. AMSOIL helps with that. I sponsored one back in 2007, 2008 in Vermont, asphalt track up in Barrie, Vermont. And again, AMSOIL can help with that as a dealer. So you get the brand spread. You have a lot of opportunity to network with people. I also lived up my 49-foot boat for 3 years in Baltimore Harbor when I was in Washington with the Navy before I retired, and there they are right out there.
There they are.
Everything was swapped, and I mean they took 12 quarts each in these Ford Lehman engines. So we ended up with I ended up personally using AMSOIL in everything. So one of the advantages that AMSOIL has is not only their support process for dealers, but you can become a preferred customer, and you pay what I pay, and it's 25% off. You know, we have a catalog. A lot of you, when you go to cleanengine.net, you can order directly from my website, or catalogs. You can go to cleanengine.net and get your free catalog, and you can order directly from the factory. It goes UPS shipment direct to the factory, from the factory to your place of business, your home, or what have you. But with a preferred customer, you can spend $10 to be a customer for 6 months. And then for $20, you can have it for the whole year. And everything you buy is going to be 25% off. Anything over $100, which is basically 6-8 quarts of oil and say 2 filters, it's going to be worth your while, because you just covered your $100 free shipping. And a commercial account, like the folks that have taxi fleets or trucks or heavy equipment, construction equipment, fleet of boats, rental vehicles, personal watercraft, snowmobiles, that rent them, they have to spend $400, only $400, which is goes very quickly for people that want to take care of their equipment. They will pay that in a heartbeat. And for $400, anything over that's free shipping. So same way with the automobile repair shops, retail stores, small auto parts stores. You just can't buy AMSOIL at any store that has more than 12 outlets. That's why you can't buy it at Walmart, you can't buy it at Costco, where you can go get other oil in bulk. And frankly, as I said before, oil is the only thing that keeps this engine from being worthless. And if someone comes up to you and says, well, how much is it a quart? Is it a quart? Then you probably don't want AMSOIL, because you get what you pay for. And it can average anywhere from $6 a quart to $12 a quart, depending on whether you want the original equipment version of our oil, which says whatever your car manufacturer says. If it says 6,000 miles or 5,000 miles, you change it, and it's warranty. You warranty it. But if you use our top end of the oil, Signature Series oil, it's good for 25,000 miles of highway driving, which is any trip that averages more than 10 miles at one time. Because after 10 miles, the carbons don't build up on the engine as much as they do for short city driving. So we have a range of products that can be sold, again, through you personally, through companies that you recruit to use the oil, and or the small automobile repair shops or small auto parts stores. So it's just an incredible opportunity. And what I want to do now is reach out to cover as many people as I can. I have customers throughout the country, nationwide, everywhere from Vermont to here in Southern California. And in Texas, we have a lot of customers up in the north, because quite frankly, the pour rate, which if you don't know about, that's the key thing, because the engine wear happens in the first 3 to 5 seconds. Most engine wear happens in the first 3 to 5 seconds because the oil, the lubricant, is not covering. It has gone into the pan, whether it's the transmission, or whether it's the gear lube, the differential fluid, or whether it's the engine oil. So AMSOIL retains its viscosity and is able to coat those parts. But the good thing is in cold weather starts, AMSOIL is the most fluid. It does cover and pump up and cover the parts quicker than any other oil on the market, and that lowers your wear. And the frictional resistance is less than any other oil on the market. You'll see that on our website. You can go to performance tests and check it out at cleanengine.net, or through our social sites at Facebook Clean Engine, or Twitter Clean Engine, or Instagram Clean Engine, and soon to be YouTube Clean Engine. So we have a lot of opportunity for you to research and see what is the quality of oil, and you tell your customers that if you decide you want to be a dealer. And my job now, and what Kandi and Caitlin are helping me do, is to become your source, hopefully, for AMSOIL products. And I'm here. My phone number is on the website. It's call me anytime, 24/7. Time zones don't matter, and I will be there to support you if you have any questions. To help build our brand awareness, we held a giveaway, and this, as I mentioned before, we had this giveaway. We had 500 some people that participated, and
Yay!
Yeah, that was awesome. And we had our drawing, and we selected a winner. and we sent an email to the winner, said, congratulations, you've won. To this day, we haven't heard back from the winner. We also sent an email to the other 499 people that signed up for it and told them we have a winner, but you can become a preferred customer as a consolation prize. Unfortunately, in the subject, I left in, congratulations, you're the winner. And that was very, very misleading. It wasn't a lie, it was a mistake. And I should have checked the subject line, but it had a lot of people excited. And when they opened up their email, it was not clear to them that even though we picked somebody else, that they didn't win something. So we decided, and we would have done this regardless had we had a winner that actually claimed their prize, their $300, we decided to do another drawing. And so today we're going to have a drawing again from the same 500, and we're going to pull an email, and for privacy reasons we can't tell people that online for you all to see who won, but I'll tell you they're at whatever extension, and then we'll reach out to them via email, and then hopefully they'll contact us this time. One of you listening might be that, because you're going to know about this drawing ahead of time. We're going to give everyone a heads up that the drawing is going to be happening on Christmas Eve. That's the plan, Christmas Eve. So Christmas Eve you'll be finding out whether you're the winner by email. Second winner. And if the first winner sees this and wants to claim their prize, they know how to do it. We just haven't heard from them yet. So we're excited about that. And again, our goal is to have more of you aware of Cleanengine and how you can buy oil directly online through me, through Kandi, our business, if you will. Be able to purchase it directly from the factory, have it shipped right to your home. No middleman. You can pay the full retail price. Anything over $100 is free shipping. Or you can decide, look, I'm going to be buying $100 every 6 months or $100 a year. Maybe I'll buy more now at 25%. I'll become a preferred customer. And just so you'll know, the preferred customer generates for a dealer like me about 2%, 3% profit. And so we're not making money on it, but the goal is to have you become an AMSOIL user, and then perhaps you will tell other people about it. Perhaps you'll decide to become a dealer. And if you tell them about Cleanengine, then I could be helping them out if you don't become a dealer. So it's a win-win for all of us. But most of my customers are preferred customers, and they do that because it's free shipping over $100, and they pay it for the same. They pay the same price I pay. So that's our goal in this, and we're going to have more giveaways in the future. We're going to be reaching out to you in different platforms and making it aware that if you decide you want to be your own boss, if you want to have a part-time job on your own, this is ideal. It's ideal. Like I said, I've been doing it for 15 years, but I was also in the Navy Reserve until I turned 60 after a 27-year career, but I was still doing the AMSOIL. That was my third job. And then my real job with the Department of Homeland Security, like I said, I retired in March of last year. And so you can do this. You can do this if you have 2 jobs already. If you decide you want to be more active, the sky's the limit. But I learned a lot in this process over the last 15 years. And one of the things I learned is it's really important to have an active sponsor that supports you. And my sponsor was great. He started off, he took me to a Napa store, which was individually owned. So they were a customer, they could be a customer. But unfortunately, they were getting ready to close down, and the owner was nice enough to tell me that, I would sell AMSOIL through my Napa store because it's not corporate owned, but I'm going to be shutting down, so it just wasn't practical. The important thing is, even though I'm in California now, we have Zoom, we have FaceTime, we have all sorts of ways of keeping in touch, and the training that AMSOIL has is incredible for dealers. In fact, in March, they're starting a whole new training program. The training program is going to be 3 steps, or actually 4. There's going to be customer training to become a dealer, then there's going to be specific training to be a sponsor, which is if you want to be a dealer for somebody else, specific training for retail accounts, or the automobile repair shops, transmission repair shops, small businesses, small auto parts stores, or commercial accounts, again, the taxi fleets and people that have fleets of vehicles or heavy construction equipment. Those 3 separate modules are done after you do do the basic customer service module to be a new dealer. All starting in March. This is a perfect time to join the AMSOIL family, and I want to make it easy for you and help you with what I've learned. And Kandi will be a partner going forward with this, and it's just something that I think will be an excellent opportunity. And you know you're putting the best possible product in your car, or your boat, or your snowmobile, or your taxis, or your heavy construction equipment. We have motor homes all around here. You know, we have beautiful boats here with at least the minimum the inboard outboards with about 400 cubic inches, or twin engine diesel engine boats, or some of them still gasoline. It's an incredible market. Anything with a moving part needs oil. I encourage you to think about this. Look at our website, cleanengine.net. If you like Facebook, you like Twitter, we're there, Instagram, and call me, 802-233-0030, and that's my Vermont plate. And when you get a tour, if you stick around of the car, you'll see that I still have my license plate from Vermont in the front, California in the back. So again, it's 802, Vermont area code 233-0030. The race team we're sponsoring is in Vermont. We're going to be in Florida in February before the 500 on February the 20th, running dirt tracks. It'll be a Clean Engine sponsored car, formerly Masterson Construction, but Masterson Excavating is a large, or I'd say middle-sized excavation company. They also do environmental services through Masterson and Murray in Vermont, in Bristol, Vermont. So you'll be seeing a lot of them on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and YouTube in the next 2 months, as we take the race car with the Clean Engine sponsorship to Florida and some dirt tracks near Lakeland, and hopefully I can convince them to hang around for the 500 on the 20th for the big race. But no, I cannot afford to sponsor NASCAR. I still call it Sprint Cup, but it's not.
Not yet.
I could call it the Winston Cup, but it's not that anymore. It's the Monster Energy. It's part of the sponsorship, but basically it's the big guys in NASCAR racing. They'll be kicking off as they do every season at Daytona. What's interesting, just a plug for California, first time ever.
Yes.
If you haven't heard it, the Los Angeles Coliseum.
I saw it.
The Los Angeles Coliseum is being designed with an indoor, they're building an indoor quarter mile track.
They just
It's not indoor, outdoor, at the Coliseum, 100,000, 90,000 seats. That's the key.
They just broke ground.
Did they really?
Last week.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be incredible. So I'll be there for that race. You heard of Dodge, want to guess it, was it a Challenger or a Charger?
Challenger.
It's a Challenger. But in any case, it's going to be exciting to have that all-star, or that kickoff race. I think it's the Busch Clash, or whatever it is. I forget the exact name, but it'll be in the Coliseum.
Cool.
And then Daytona. We're happy to be a part of that. And again, we hope to see you again.